It's a film with three brains. 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 It's a film with three brains.
Oh my god, you guys are freaks.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do.
You sure you don't want a TV dinner?
Yes, I'm not hungry. Why is it called TV dinner?
You're supposed to eat it while you watch TV. Television.
I know what a TV is. Where does that meat come from?
What do you mean?
What does that meat come from?
I guess it comes from a cow.
From a cow? It doesn't even look like meat.
Hey, let's stop bugging me. This is where we eat in America. I got my meat, I got my potatoes, I got my vegetables, I got my dessert, and I don't even have to wash the dishes.
I don't want to take her away. Te egy gazember vagy. Te egy gazember vagy. Ne vidd el őket. Nekem szüksége van őre. Ő csinálja nekem a konyhamunkát. Ne vidd el őket. Hadd vidd őket, mert én akarom őket. Ne vidd el, te gazember, te szélhámos, te. Good for nothing. Hadd itt azt az asszont. Ne vidd el a nészemet. You son of a bitch.
I don't care if you don't want me, I'm yours right now. I'll put a spell on you. Because you're mine, mine, mine. You're mine.
Hello, welcome to the Film with Three Brains. I am Cohen in Maplewood, New Jersey.
And I am Sean in Chicago.
Sam, San Francisco.
And the movie we are yakking about in this episode is called Stranger Than Paradise by Jim Jarmusch. Jarmusch? How do you guys say it?
Jarmusch. Whatever.
Jarmusch.
You say it how you say it.
Jimmy. His first film starring, what is his name? I already forgot it. John Lurie?
Lurie.
And the guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Edson. I forgot his name already.
Richard Edson.
Is it Richard?
Double up.
Yeah.
John Lurie's a double up?
Yeah, where's John Lurie from?
I thought wasn't he in that movie, the Elaine was not Eileen May. I thought you had him in
Name does sound familiar though.
What, the Mickey and Nikki? Mikey
Yeah.
and Nick
Is he in that?
Is he in that?
Oh.
That was Sean's pick.
Then I should know, but I don't.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
All right.
Black and white indie film. When I first saw it in college, when I was sort of consuming movies just like this, is just as much as I possibly could, which is why my memories of it are probably far fonder than the reality of the movie itself. We lost a brain.
Yeah, he's floating the ether. Well, he'll come back to us. He's contemplating the universe. So wait, you're saying it didn't hold up to your memories?
Yeah,
your fond memories.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it's a sliding scale. Like, nothing ever is going to totally live up to nostalgia, but you're saying it wasn't quite as magical as you remember.
Yeah, I was watching it, and I absolutely understood why I was enamored with it in our youth.
Mm-hmm.
But as an adult of some years now, it doesn't. I found it quite dull for the most part.
How many years have you been an adult?
Like 4.
Okay. I was around there too. I was guessing 3 to 5.
Yeah, about that.
I'm almost there. I'm getting close.
It there's interesting things going on, but I really have a hard time believing anyone would really truly enjoy this movie who doesn't have some sort of inherent interest in filmmaking or films in general, beyond just someone who goes to the theater once in a while to pass the time, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm curious what you guys think. Because for me, I was like, well, this is kind of boring. You know, like I remember the characters being far more interesting than they are. And I remember the things they did, while mundane, more amusing. You know? So when do you guys tell me what you think? I'm curious.
Start?
Yeah.
Sam,
you start.
Okay. I'll start. I think that not being a art school nerd or whatever, or art film nerd, or not really caring about the state of movies or anything. I think I saw it in the 90s, and I'd heard of this Jarmusch guy, and I was like, yeah, let's check him out. And I still really appreciate the nuance and like the small little moments and the humor of just like looking at a scene and being like, okay, well, what is interesting about this? And you sort of look at their expressions and you wait for something magical to happen. And that's the point. The point, or the fact that nothing happens, I feel like is part of the message almost. Like,
yeah, I agree.
The mundane quality of life is like almost a feature or something. And especially being young and broke and like, and whatever the hell is going on with Willie, it's like, it's kind of endearing how ridiculous he is, how like,
right.
So all these qualities are good. And I didn't remember the end at all. Like, we were talking about it. We're like, oh, it's Florida, right? And like, I remember Florida, paradise, all that stuff. But like the ending itself is kind of like, is so madcap or silly. Like, I don't know. I found that pretty endearing because I was expecting not much to happen. Not like anything major does happen, but like this whole farce of their relationship, the three of these guys sort of meandering around the country with not much to do or not much to say is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of perfect for a black and white stop start, fade to black, come back in kind of movie. It's like, it's absurdist almost, but yeah, I still find it very endearing. I think I do like it. I think I do like it now, and I think I tried to appreciate it the first time I saw it, but didn't really like it. If that makes sense. Like maybe it's just expectations. Like, when you found it years ago, it was this new thing, and now indie movies have become much bigger, and so it now has like this revered place in like the pantheon of movies. Like, oh, because it's so different, it went to film festivals and people were like, wow, this is really different, and now we're like, well, it's different, but it still could be better. It's missing some stuff. It's a little slow. It's all this.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing I was surprised by is like Jim Jarmusch's movies are. I mean, that's his style. His movies are not plot driven. Almost entirely. I can't think of any of his movies. I mean, maybe Ghost Dog, sort of, you could argue, or maybe, but not even that really. It's more like characters. It's always like characters of different backgrounds. Is kind of his jam, and then like his movies are character studies, and they're more about just like a feeling and tone and theme and stuff. But this one, I was surprised by how little we really know about the characters by the end of it. I wouldn't call it a character study at all because we don't know anything about these people, but they're the same in the beginning as they are in the end for us as the viewer. for the most part. And so then it's like, well, what is it about? And then you're just sort of left with, well, it's sort of a study in, I guess, the mundane,
Well, also,
does that make a good movie? It does it in this case. I think so. I suppose. I mean, you're right though. When you're watching it, I mean, what is it? I read the thing that said it's only like 60 some odd shots total in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And most modern movies are about 1,200 shots. So that's crazy in itself. It's like every scene is a single shot, cut to black, then the next. And you're right. So you're watching this, and after a while, you start sort of looking at the composition and wondering what's going on. And so you're kind of looking. You're looking, and that in itself,
it draws you in a little bit.
Yeah. That in itself becomes compelling. Mm-hmm. Whether that's the point or not, I can't say, obviously, but I don't know. Like, my wife really didn't like it at all. She watched it with me, and she's like, "This is really boring." I'm like, "Yeah." You're not
she
wrong.
was familiar with it, or
vaguely. She's familiar with him.
Okay.
She's seen a couple of his movies. Like most people have probably seen or heard of Ghost Dog or Dead Man because that's Johnny Depp in it. Or maybe even like, what's one of Bill Murray and Adam Driver came out recently about
Don't Die?
Don't Die.
That one. There's that Tilda Swinton one that's like vampires or something. Only Lovers Left Alive. I don't know. So I feel like people, whether they know or not, have seen or heard of at least a couple of his movies, probably. Anyway, so I think that's the boat she was in.
Yeah. Well, just to throw out, I think my favorite, Down by Law has more of a drive to it, like, incarceration,
Mm-hmm. The only reason I picked this over that is because this was first. That's it, really. I wanted to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And again, my memory of Down by Law is that it's much funnier and it has more of a plot, but I don't remember the specifics very well, other than who's in it.
Relatively speaking, more plot, but probably still not a huge plot. Yeah.
Right.
As I remember it. All right, Sammy, what do you say?
I'm kind of some of the things you guys pointed out are the things that stick out to me is there's really not much to latch onto. And I don't know. I think that I like to give credit when people do something, show something new. But that doesn't always mean it's going to have lasting power or always be special. Like, I don't know. I don't insult people who love art, but I'm like Jackson Pollock, right? Like, it took a realization to say layering splatters of paint is art and convince other people that. But in the long run, I'm not going to stare at it for hours, right? So I felt like this is the same sort of thing. Is it because, like, I was amused by Eddie just because his voice, like, I couldn't not stop thinking of every time he talked of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Like, it was just cracking me up. Like, I was just giggling because of him, and
right. I know every time you spoke, all I heard was, "What country do you think this is?"
Right. and so I was just like, this guy's not even acting. This is like, he's just this naturally quirky guy. Like, I don't know. You can't help but kind of like him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that alone, I don't think was enough to be like, hey, everybody's got to see this.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think though, like that, what was an indie movie in the 1980s versus an indie movie now, and like I mean, nowadays, like, everything everywhere all at once is almost an indie movie, which is not an indie movie at all.
Yeah,
which is, and then it's also a very different indie movie than the kind of the Miramax heyday, which were still pretty well produced movies. So I think that we don't see stuff like this too often. But not being the film nerd, or film school nerd, but film nerd, it is rare to see shots where the camera is focused like at the face on the table and people come in and out of that shot and the camera never moves, like like somehow the object is the center of attention, and hey, these people passed by it and were part of the shot, so it's kind of, it's different,
Yeah.
But it's, to me, it's not enough to sustain. And I think even with his other movies, so after a while you're like, okay, I get his shtick, I just don't love it. If it's going to be about nothing, then give me a little more humor or something. Give me someone just a little more outrageous, someone where I'm like, how does this, it can be totally normal situations, but because of the person is either so funny or outrageous, you see something new, even in a mundane situation. So nice.
I just want to throw out there that Richard Ensign is actually a 4-time double up. We've done 4 movies with him now.
Really?
Yeah. So Stranger Than Paradise, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Howard the Duck. He was Richie. I barely remember that.
Oh, is he the band's manager or something?
Yeah. That's it.
Of course you can remember that.
I know. Well done. And then Do the Right. Wait, we
didn't do the right.
No,
we
Let
haven't
It Ride. Sorry, Let It Ride. When he's one of the tough guys in the. He's like, I don't like you one fuck. That's what I kept thinking of. I love that line. And he's like almost like seedy, and he is this like mysterious dude, and Eddie is so nice and so clueless, but so nice.
Yeah,
it's like weird to see him as, not these weird characters we've seen in other times. And the other thing that's weird, I mean, there's lots of weird things, but you made a movie with all musicians, and it has nothing to do with me. In fact, it's very kind of anti-music almost.
Oh yeah, playing that Screaming Jay Hawkins on a tape recorder.
Over and over, which, I mean, it has its own aesthetic, I think. But she's like a violinist. John Lurie is a jazz musician. Richard Edson was a drummer of Sonic Youth at one time.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a great little tidbit there.
Yeah, and so those people are all musicians, but it has like the story, the plot, it has nothing to do with music. So I just find that very interesting that he would like take these people. I mean, John Lurie, like, he did the soundtrack. There's barely any music other than the Screaming Jay Hawkins. Yeah, but there is a little bit that he did.
And I like that he doesn't in the movie. He doesn't like the song.
Yeah, and the fact that he hates that song. He hates it. And that song itself is kind of interesting. I mean, Sam, you're the better music historian here, but like Screaming Jay Hawkins recorded that. I was reading about that song, and like they were drunk on whatever, moonshine or something, and they were doing this recording session, and they did this take of it, and apparently Screaming Jay like blacked out, barely remembers the session.
Jeez.
But it was so wild that they kept it, and that became part of his act. And then they added like the macabre, like he would wear a cape and he would like come out of a coffin and stuff. It was like a whole thing, and eventually he hated it. So I don't know if Jim Jarmusch is saying if there's anything to that or just coincidence. Like, I mean, maybe he just liked the song as well, just wanted to use it. But
yeah,
but I mean, I guess, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just
while you're on it, we got to finish with the final little factoid. There is
go ahead.
When Jim found out that actually Screaming Jay didn't get any money when he paid for the rights for it, that all the money just stayed with the record company. Eventually, Jim went and found Hawkins, who was, I think, living in a trailer park at the time, and gave him some money. And they became friends for the rest of his life.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Jarmusch is pretty well known for casting musicians in his movies, especially Tom Waits.
Yeah,
who's in Down by Law and a few others.
Yeah, and he plays like a DJ or something, right?
Yeah,
radio DJ.
But yeah, I mean, his movies. He just seems to like musicians. His movies don't always deal with music.
I mean, John Lurie has an interesting look. Like, we'll just go on without our other brain here. Yeah, like he looks. I mean, when you say, "Oh, he's a musician," or he's a jazz musician, I'm like, "Oh yeah, it kind of tracks. I could see that." But I mean, it's just like he puts a hat on, and he looks and he smokes cigarettes and he's doesn't really do anything in his little apartment. But I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to get maybe it's like making me try to get more meaning out of the movie than is really there. Or maybe there is meaning there that I'm not picking up on, or I need help figuring it out. But yeah, it's not. I mean, this movie's not for everyone. Obviously, people don't, go on and on about it.
Yeah,
but people definitely like Jim Jarmusch. It's not like he didn't make his entire career from this.
No,
he had the first part as a short? Is that right? Like he had the
I think so. Yeah, he made
a New World section.
Yeah. Yeah, it started out as a short that he then expanded into the 3-part feature.
And he had some extra, what am I trying to say? Stock?
Yeah,
film stock.
From something else. I forgot what. Must have been, what was it, like another short he did or something? Because this was his first feature, I thought.
Yeah, this is his first feature. And they did, oh shoot, I don't remember. Yeah, he had another one before that. Permanent Vacation? No, that's not
Mystery Train.
No, that's later.
The heck is it?
The State of Things was oh yeah. So they said the film stock was left over from The State of Things, but that's as Wim Wenders, that's not him. He must have worked on it or something or been involved. I don't really know. I don't know.
I didn't know he went to Northwestern and then Columbia and then New York University. He's a well-educated fella, that Jim.
That Jim.
Well, I mean, the only reason I would mention that is to try and figure out if he has more hidden meaning in some of this stuff, or if it's just like the lack of meaning is almost the point. Sort of. I mean, I don't know. It can be both, I think.
Yeah.
And whatever you think about this movie, if you had a budget of 100,000 and you made over 2 million, that's
oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Get you more movies.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You would think. I guess it's not. It's a little surprising. Did you guys look this up on Rotten Tomatoes?
No. I haven't looked at it.
The critics is 100%.
What?
With 26 reviews. What's more surprising is the audience rating is 88%.
Wow, that's really high.
Yeah, that's shocking.
I feel like in today's ADHD world, this just doesn't go over.
Yeah. I wonder when because these reviews might be 20 years old for all we know. I mean, they might not be, but
yeah. How old's Rotten Tomatoes? 20 years.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know.
Could just be a bunch of old people.
Those darn old
50-year-olds.
Those geezers.
Okay, so I looked it up. It says Permanent Vacation was his first university project in 1980. It says it's a feature film, but I don't think it was, didn't make any film festivals or anything. I'm confusing Permanent Vacation with another movie. I did not see that.
What's
National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yeah, that one. What's Keanu Reeves' first movie?
His first movie?
Yeah. Hang on, I gotta look it up. I have some. I think I have another movie in my head that I'm confusing with Permanent Vacation because the movie I'm thinking of, Jim Jarmusch didn't make. When you said Permanent Vacation, I was like, that wasn't him. But hang on, I gotta figure this out.
Permanent Midnight or something, or that?
Maybe that's it.
I thought that was Ben Stiller.
Wait,
but I don't.
No, okay, not Keanu Reeves.
Not Keanu Reeves?
You're right. That's Ben Stiller. What the hell am I thinking of? Oh my God, he's going to torture me.
1985, and then River's Edge.
What's the River's Edge about? Oh, it's River's Edge.
It's River's Edge?
I'm confusing River's Edge and Permanent Vacation.
And Kristen Glover would have to go murder a dog. Keeps ringing the bell.
Be merciful. Make it quick. I don't mean that, of course. Nobody has to write letters about mistreatment of animals.
We haven't gotten an email in a while. I don't know what all y'all are doing out there, not emailing us. But if you want to, it's thefilmwith3brains@gmail.com. I mean, we haven't had any emails since the great Texas Chainsaw Massacre fiasco.
You know, it's funny. I was just last night. I just watched the end of just like a bit of Poltergeist to the end. And even though we just talked about this a couple months ago.
Yeah,
it still hits. Like, I'm like, wow, this movie really is good.
It's effective. Yeah,
it's very effective. It's very the opposite of Jim Jarmusch.
I never Poltergeist.
Oh.
No, don't open that can of worms. I never really gave a synopsis of Stranger Than Paradise. Should I? At this point,
I'd like to see you try.
I'll try.
It should be that.
Come on,
right,
it has a backbone.
So let's see.
It does. Has 3 acts.
Two guys in New York, although they shot it in. I read what they shoot in Hoboken. I think it's supposed to be in New York though. Just don't appear to have jobs, and they just sort of like hang out and do nothing, and
gamble.
And gamble.
They're scammers.
Are they?
Yeah,
somewhat.
They're clearly at the card game. There's some sort of funniness.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that.
Because
you're right. They're cheating at cards. They're like hustling the other dudes.
They're hustlers.
Yeah, they're hustlers. And the one guy, Willie's from, is it Romania?
Hungary.
And his cousin comes to visit and stay with him for a few days, and then it's a year later. They go to Cleveland to see her, right?
Right.
And then they all go to Florida.
Right. It's too cold in Cleveland.
Yeah. And so they decide to go to quote unquote paradise. And in the brief time they're in Florida, they lose all their money and then win it all back. And she finds a bunch of money too, right?
Or the guy handed a bunch of money.
Yeah, I forgot about that scene. Actually, that scene cracked me up because they're dressed. It was like such a funny punchline, like such a weird sort of moment when the other person shows up.
I know. It looks like ridiculous.
It's a case of mistaken identity where the cousin, they think it's like a drug dealer guy or whatever, thinks she's someone else because of her hat. And gives her all this money, and then she leaves, and then the other person shows up right as she's gone. It's super silly. Anyway, and then at the end, there's like, it's sort of hijinky. It's sort of sitcom-esque in that, like, she's getting on an airplane to go to, I forgot where she's going.
Well, she wants to go to Europe, and she's not sure. She said, the first flight was Budapest, but she's like, okay, I'm from Budapest. I don't know if I want to go right back there, but she could go next day, Paris, or... What was the other one? Yeah, Madrid was one.
Yeah.
And then it just, it's left open-ended. We don't know where she is.
Right. So he goes,
yeah, sorry.
Willie goes to stop her because he wants her to hang out with them because they're like having a good time, I guess. And so he leaves. And then I think it's great that his friend's like, he doesn't come back like immediately. So he's like, oh, I guess he got on the plane and couldn't get off. They're off to Paris or whatever. I'm going to leave, which is funny. And then it cuts to their shitty hotel room and she comes back. Like she got off the plane, never saw him. The implication is that he is on a plane to Paris and she's back in Florida and the other guy's in the wind somewhere else.
Right.
So it's a little,
they're scared.
It's a little Who's on First-ish or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the themes has to be disconnection, or I don't know if it's miscommunication, but like lack of communication, because like they just, first of all, Willie doesn't really ask anything about why she's there or what. I mean, first he doesn't like her. He doesn't like, she's just a burden. He's like, ugh. And then he starts to grow used to her and kind of likes having her around. Then he becomes like more protective as the movie goes along. And by the end, he's so protective. He gets on this stupid plane, which is ridiculous. But like, I guess back in the day, I mean, I was thinking about we used to be, in those days, you used to be able to go right to the gate
Yeah.
So why would he get a ticket and get on the plane?
Well, he probably thought he had to go on the plane to get her.
That's what he said, right? I have to get on there.
Yeah.
And get her off, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll get her. We'll come back off, and
you wait in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, and then a plane flies overhead, and he just assumes it's their plane.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I guess, and then like they're not there immediately, so he's like, "Oh, I guess they're on the plane. Oh well," and wanders off.
And there was a similar shot in the beginning of her by planes with her suitcase.
Yeah,
and she just kind of watches it, and then she wanders away from the airport. But
yeah. What were you going to say about the airport, the airplane, the gate person or whatever?
Well, just like that, these days we have security, but when we were kids, you could go to the gate and greet people as they got off the plane or get on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And there was really no restriction to people going into the airport.
Right.
So
right.
The good old days.
1984 or whenever this is supposed to be, it maybe he just doesn't know any better. I mean, maybe he's not familiar with airports and stuff, but the idea that he would talk to the gate agent, or not the ticketing agent, and he was not sure what she actually did, but his best guess was that she went to Budapest. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, whatever. It's not worth really dissecting, but the idea that he is like, I'm gonna do this with no like backup plan or anything. I don't know. I guess this fits his decision making through the whole thing. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And everyone else is along because he's the leader of this little band, and nobody else. I mean, they try to disagree with him, but he always seems to have the final say on these things. So
yeah. The guy who played the airline agent is a writer-director named Tom DeCillo.
Yeah.
Who wrote and directed another indie movie that I really liked when I was in college called Living in Oblivion, starring Steve Buscemi as a filmmaker on a film that's like cursed and everything just keeps going wrong. And I always thought it was just really amusing. I haven't seen it in years. I have a feeling it probably won't hold up, but I don't know. It's not on my list though. So
it's
you guys are
cool factoid though. I didn't know who that guy was.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I saw it in the cast listing. I was like, oh. I don't think I ever knew what he looked like. He's done a couple other movies too that you may or may not have heard of, but he's never had like a big breakout anything. I don't even remember. I don't even know what the last movie he made was. I'm going to look him up because I'm curious.
I'm going to segue off one of the things you mentioned earlier about when you mistakenly thought of Keanu Reeves' first movie, River's Edge.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
I have, but I don't remember it at all. I haven't seen it since we were in high school, probably, or whatever it came out.
I don't think I saw it.
Why is it? Well, I'm curious because it also has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
And it stars Crispin Glover, Ione Skye, Keanu Reeves. Like,
yeah,
that's pretty good right there, just as a start.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a crime movie. It was loosely based off of a murder of a teenager in California. Anyway, curious. We always uncover something new in this show. Podcast. Something.
That's right, we do.
Yeah. Turning over every stone.
Right. It may not
Dennis
be what we
Hopper's
want
in
or
it
what
too.
people care about, but we find something. Dennis Hopper's in that movie?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway. Curious.
Well, I mean, what's interesting to me is not just how people perceive this movie back then, but like whether or not we can continue to make movies like this, or whether you should or not is almost separate. But like, we need so much stuff in a movie, and we need so much like sizzle or something. We need either action, or it needs to be funny, or it needs to be more dramatic. I mean, there are some dramatic moments, but there isn't really. I wouldn't call this a drama either. I don't know what to call this, but I still find, at least right now, I still think it's important that we at least maintain a connection with this kind of movie, because if we don't, it's going to just be Transformers for the rest of our lives. It's going to be this stuff that shouldn't be made and keeps getting made.
Yeah.
So, but it's I don't know.
I'm not saying we should lie or embellish or saying if we don't like it, we should say we don't like it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying how I feel about the movie is almost separate from its importance, or whether I want to watch it a bunch is almost separate from how I feel about Jim Jarmusch and how I feel about indie filmmaking in general.
Right. Well, I think there's two very different branches coming off this road. And one is the Chris, who we had on it as a guest for When Harry Met Sally.
Yep.
I don't remember if he told this story or if I've told it before, but he was dating a woman who had 2 young sons, and they were at the age where they were old enough to watch Star Wars, but she had never shown them Star Wars before. So he's super excited. He's like, I want to show this, these 6 and 8 year old Star Wars, and get to witness it through their eyes. So he puts in. They're watching Star Wars. They get to this scene where they're sitting around the table in the Imperial Destroyer, and they're telling Darth Vader that well, you haven't found the plans yet, and whatever. And the youngest son just goes, boring. This is boring.
That's like 2 minutes into the movie. Right?
Yes, exactly. That's what he's saying, because they have so much exciting stuff that they're exposed to all the time that they never have to sit and watch like exposition.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So that's one direction. The other
that's one line of exposition, though. That's not even that much.
Yeah,
Well,
but
look,
they were just flying spaceships and shooting stuff,
Yeah, my kids are 5 and 7. They just watched it on Saturday.
Ooh,
with the neighbors' kids who are 10 and 5, and they all were pretty like. My oldest has seen it before. He doesn't really remember it very well. It was a couple years ago, but they sat through it. They didn't complain. Then afterward they said they liked it. So I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't matter. You're right.
Okay.
Like I've taken my kids to see, like I took them to see one of the Trolls movies, and it was unwatchably frenetic. There must have been 30-second snippets of 50 songs in that movie.
Yeah.
It never stopped. It was one after the other. It's colorful, and it's bright, and it's fast, and it's frenetic, and it's loud as shit. And it is
loud.
Awful. I mean, just like my kids loved it. They loved it. I'm like, how can you watch this shit? It's
that's
terrible.
Like scrolling through TikTok. Like it just
yeah.
Okay. At the other end of the spectrum, there are videos out there that people watch of this guy who removes the eggshell off of an uncooked egg, and there's that little lining right inside, and he leaves that intact. So the egg, his whole thing is to strip the egg of all of its shell without breaking into that little lining and having it spill all over. And it's just super slow, boring, but you're also it's just enough of a hook to be like, is he going to get it or not? And that's all this movie is. All they needed was just one tiny little thing at the end, they're going to get money or not get money, whatever. And this is the equivalent of that. So there's still people out there, I think who find it relaxing, who
right.
I mean, isn't
like meditation,
right? There's a lot of old movies that if you go back another 30 years, you go back to the 50s, there's a lot of movies that have no action, and they're all driven on the conversation. And some of them are great, but they're not going to appeal to the people who want action. They're not,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that because we have the ability to make anything at this point, and there's ability to find an audience everywhere, there's always going to be this niche of people who do something artistic that doesn't at all fit into what everybody wants.
I think that is a contributing, the biggest contributing factor to why I think I liked this so much when we were young, because as a kid in film school in Wisconsin, it's like nothing seems possible. You know?
Right.
At all. Not like like Hollywood shit. Like it just doesn't seem possible to make movies for a living when you're a kid in small town Wisconsin in the 80s. And then you see something like this and you're like, well, shit, I could do this.
Right. Hence splatter painting.
And then, so movies like this and Clerks and Slacker was another one that I really loved, even though there's not much to it, because it just seemed so accessible.
Yeah.
And it just seemed possible,
Yeah. I all this stuff makes me think about how, the information age we're in right now is frenetic on its own. But like seeing like still shots of train tracks and just kind of almost nothing it requires a bit of almost meditation because you have to quiet your mind a little bit to get anything from it. And we're not we're losing that, year by year. We're losing our ability to like slow down and listen and I mean, I'm not trying to preach here, but it's just obvious. It's just obvious the way people are. Yeah, I know. I end up doing it anyway. They, the information, the noise and the color and the vibrancy of these little devices that can put so much into our eyes and ears is kind of mind-boggling if by 84 standards. But we just can't like go back anymore.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that at the time it's. I don't know. I guess I'm just more yearning for that quietness because it changes the way you think about entertainment in a way.
Well, I know I mentioned it before, but I think that's kind of where Flo came in this year last year for winning the Academy Award for Best Animation. I mean, that is so low budget compared to what we're used to and what it was up against, But
you saw that one too, right? Flo?
I didn't. No,
okay.
I didn't see it.
But it had its own peacefulness to it. It had its own vibe that was so different than anything Pixar's putting out.
Yeah, it was like the complete opposite of a Pixar story. No, none of the animals talk. There's no dialogue really.
No,
right? I don't think there's any dialogue. I mean, and it does have like decent animation, but they don't like cutesy it up all the animation. They don't like make it really. I'm feeling. Can you help me out with what the animation looks like? It's just different.
Well, it was all AI generated animation.
It was.
As far as I know, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, they must have had a loose idea of the storyboard or the.
Yeah,
the
no,
plot.
it's not. It's not. It's not that you ask the computer just make you a movie. You have to. I think that he made a lot of the images in Blender, and then used VO or Flow to create moving scenes from the visual prompts.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a storyboard. You can't just he didn't just go in and say, hey computer, make me an hour and a half long movie. No, he had to lay it out in 8 seconds or 8 second intervals or extend them to do it. But the animation style is a little different. It looks like it's kind of hand drawn, like the way that animation was done in the 80s in some ways. Like it doesn't have the 3D depth of a lot of today's animation.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a cat is the main character, I think.
Yeah.
And there's just some animals and there's it sounds incredibly boring, but it wasn't. I didn't find it boring at all. But maybe that's because I'm okay with watching Jim Jarmusch movies. And it's not for everyone, but
Well, I think what's neat about Flow is that it, in some ways, it seems it's an animation movie where it seems more real because they're not talking, they're not flying, they're not doing the cat's being a cat. Like the cat never does anything a cat can't do, you
Right.
know. So it's I don't know. To me, I liked it because you all of a sudden because you're buying into the situation that this cat's in a on a piece of land that's slowly flooding and it needs to escape. That's and so you don't want a cat that can get magically whistle and get picked up by a bird or whatever. Like that ruins the whole thing. Like the simpler the cat is, the more dire the consequence of running out of land.
Right. It doesn't find 5 buddies and make a plan with blueprints on how to get out of the situation.
Right. Yeah. It's not a secret life of pets.
Yeah. Well, okay. We've appeased all the old folks with our takes on entertainment and nostalgia and things like that. But if you were a kid, would you be able, or not, if you want to tell your kids or you wanted to appeal to a younger person and say, maybe you should check something out. I mean, I think Cohen and I would probably say, well, we'll start with Down by Law or something like that if you want to go the Jim Jarmusch way, or maybe figure out what what kind of stuff you like first, because it's not just because it's indie that you like, that we like certain things. It's that something resonates and we're like, oh yeah, I want to see that again, or I want to recommend that. But I don't know how you would frame it for a younger audience, like when we did maybe it's a bad example, but Tracker, the Zone movie, like
Oh yeah,
very worthwhile
Stalker.
movie. Stalker, thank you. That's not Tracker. Yeah, Stalker. I thought it was really interesting. I wouldn't even begin to recommend it to a younger person because they'd be like, what the hell are you wasting my time for? So I don't know how you do appeal that, but
this might be going on a limb, but wouldn't you say that from a pacing standpoint, there are movies that like wouldn't you say both 2001 or Lost in Translation are both movies that are paced in a way that's deliberately slow?
Yeah.
And
sure.
And the thing that makes them separate from this is like Lost in Translation, I think is a good one. I think Sean, you like that one a lot.
I do.
Is that when they do talk, you're really interested to hear what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard, Laurie's character doesn't, he's not that exciting. He's kind of a jerk,
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing, is like you needed a little bit more,
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the appeal of Lost in Translation is seeing two very Jarmuschian, actually, two totally people with completely separate backgrounds.
Yeah.
Coming together in a very strange place, both disillusioned with their own lives for various reasons, finding that connection with each other against all odds because of their age difference, their background difference,
Yeah.
And it's sort of, it's an automatically kind of a compelling thing, glimpse into human nature, seeing them connect and stuff. And the Stranger in Paradise sort of has that a little bit, but not really.
Yeah.
But I could
the two guys already know each other, and the cousin character isn't involved enough.
Yeah.
That's the issue I have, is that he's the funnest character and he's not involved enough. Because if you told me that Sofia Coppola said, you know what, I was going off at, channeling some Jim Jarmusch sensibilities to make this movie, I would be like, yeah, of course you were.
Yeah.
Like I would buy that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think she'd be like, but I wanted to make it more accessible to a broader audience.
Sure.
Because I think that, Sean's, and obviously Lost in Translation is still many years old at this point, but the concern that there won't be movies that have, this deliberate, slow pacing that can have appeal, I think is incorrect. Or I don't like. I'm not worried about that.
Oh, good.
Like it's kind of like saying, well, you know, as long as McDonald's is popular, how will there ever be a nice, you know, a fancy restaurant? You know, it's like, no, it's two totally different things. You know, you don't substitute one for the other. And yes, there's going to be way more fast food restaurants than there are fancy restaurants. That's just the nature of it.
What I'm saying, if I may,
no, you can't say what you're saying.
Well, I guess I'm done. No, I mean, like you're saying both of those. I mean, both of those things are technically nutrition, right? McDonald's is technically nutrition. But if you eat just McDonald's, you will die.
Right, which is why you can't watch just Trolls movies. Right. Like if Cohen just keeps feeding those kids troll movies, they're screwed.
All right. Or like if you watch nothing but Hardcore Henry over and over, you're just gonna die.
Oh, Hardcore.
Right. Your brain will shut off and it won't remember how to breathe. You know?
I've seen it happen.
Tragic.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I think I like your positive take on that, because that's what I want to hear.
Right. No, I think people do it every now and then. You know, like Arrival is one of my favorite science fiction movies of the last 20 years. And the pacing and what goes on in that movie is so different than any other science fiction movie that I watch over and over. You know, but it's still great.
Yeah.
You know, so it's I think maybe you're concerned more about is there a loss of true storytelling? You know, because if you do things fast, you can probably get away with being sloppy. And I know that Sean appreciates the art of what something's supposed to be or is more than anyone.
Interesting.
Or as much as anyone. No.
Yeah, I'll say as much. I don't even know what you mean, but I'll take that as a compliment, I guess.
No, it is.
You mean
you can't get away with throwing things together. You won't allow that. You know, like like you know, like you want that thoughtfulness. You know, that's the art.
Yeah.
You know, and if you make something that doesn't look like you've put a lot of thought into it, then I think you automatically downgraded a notch or two. Especially if some of the things were just to make an audience happy.
Right.
That's normal. That's Gen X.
That reminds me, just very recently, like in the last week, I saw a video of Christopher Nolan explaining Memento on a whiteboard. And it was fucking fascinating. It was relatively simple, but he drew it. He's like, he's like, here's Leonard here. And then we go to here, we go to here, we go to here. Now here's Teddy here, going here to here to here. He's like, this is black and white, this is color. And then here is where we make connections. And he draws like this sort of, not a Venn diagram, but a diagram, and sort of explains the way he constructed Memento. And it's just brilliant. You know, it's amazing how well thought out I mean, his movies are all extremely well thought out.
Yeah, almost too much sometimes. But Memento is such a perfect example of how different he is as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
His mind is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll put up with whatever the hell that was, that reverse movie was.
Oh, Tenet.
I mean, I'll put up with it. I watched it. I watched it
once. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know you love Inception, and for similar reasons. Like it's just constructed so well.
I love Inception.
Yeah,
so meticulously like thought out and constructed. Yeah, it blows my mind.
I feel like we make this decision pretty quickly in a movie, like 5-10 minutes. We're like either with them or we're like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, probably too much. I mean, some people might just turn the movie off or something, which is fine. But I mean, if you're, you know, when we used to go to a movie in a theater, you're in, you're done. You know, I mean, how many times have we actually walked out of a theater? Colin, you said once.
I never have.
You never have.
No. I left once to
to
call my dad because I was supposed to wake him up to go to work before I left, and I forgot.
Oh.
and then I came back. But I remember, I think I saw, what was that movie? This was a Robin Williams movie. It was fucking terrible. And afterwards,
Cadillac Man.
Cadillac Man.
Yeah.
And I vaguely recall you or your mom saying something like, "Why didn't we just walk out of that terrible
my
movie?"
mom would have said something like that.
Yeah. And I was like, "What?" Yes, it was terrible, but you can't leave.
But there was 3 seconds where there was one joke that worked.
Oh, right, exactly.
Which totally redeemed it.
I mean, we probably paid. Totally redeemed yourself. I mean, we probably paid like $3 for that movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was watching a movie on a plane, and we were taxiing. Like we landed, and then I was down to like less than 2 minutes, the conclusion, and then it was like ding off. I'm like,
Oh.
Like I knew I should have watched this one first. I watched Spinal Tap 2 first. I should have. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner.
Oh my God,
Not to bring that
terrible.
up. That's
crazy.
terrible news. But anyway.
Right, on that note, what are we doing next?
Yes, right. Okay. Yeah. A mishmash of insanity. Okay, so we're gonna do still a well received movie. I'm beating around the bush here. We all know this movie. It's a big pick. It happens to be on Netflix, so this is my choice. And it does. It's here's the big hint. It is somewhat art house movie, but also a mass appeal at the same time, and it's very hard to pull that off, and which is why it's such a big movie. And if you want a decade, we can start there.
90s?
90s.
94?
94. You know what it is?
Pulp Fiction?
It is Pulp Fiction.
That's where I was going.
It is Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I didn't know how else to describe it, but
That's a good description.
It's on Netflix at least in December. I'm assuming it's staying on for a bit.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. Yeah,
Never heard of it.
it seemed like. I mean, not that I still really like Stranger Than Paradise, but you know, coming off of that, we should probably go a little bigger or bolder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, Pulp Fiction is certainly a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
I mean, the first 1 minute of Pulp Fiction, everything.
And have we done? We talk about Tarantino all the time. I feel like, but we haven't really done Tarantino yet.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did his first one, Reservoir Dogs.
We did Reservoir Dogs?
We did not do Reservoir Dogs.
We didn't?
Did we?
I think so.
I thought we did.
Oh wait,
Did
I
we?
thought I picked it a long time ago. No.
Oh shoot.
That's crazy that we can't remember.
I watched it. I also watched Pulp Fiction though.
Dear audience, if you happen to know if we did this movie already, could you let us know, please?
Hang on.
Do a little
I'm searching.
Google Drive search. Yeah, I feel like we did. Yeah, we must have. Because I remember discussing. Wait. I have both memories of talking because that's what I'm saying. It's like we talk about Tarantino all the time, so it becomes harder to like remember reviewing it.
Yeah,
but that's where we would start certainly.
Does anybody know?
Does anybody
Anyone out there know if we've done?
We're so on top
Dogs?
of things. If there's one people that people appreciate about us, is how on top of things we are.
I don't think we did. I'm
talk
looking
about
back through
the speech.
Did we?
I mean, if you maybe we should.
I could be
get
wrong.
Back to everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll solve this next time.
Yeah. We'll sort of get our brains together.
We'll get a definitive answer for next time. I think it's insane that I can't remember one way or the other.
It is kind of weird.
This is our 222nd episode. I mean, that's a lot of episodes.
We should go back and review the reviews we've already done, and then see if they're worth listening to.
Right. That seems
could be
worthwhile.
a whole nother podcast.
The meta podcast.
All right.
Well,
thanks for listening, I guess.
This has been, without a doubt, our most clueless review.
It has been stranger than most.
Yes.
I guess, or something.
We went to paradise and then we went a little too far. Went stranger.
All right. Well, Pulp Fiction. Cool.
Join us next time.
It's enough, movie buff. I'm out.
Bye.
You're gonna fade into the ether again.
I guess not.
Oh, oh, there he goes.
There
he goes.
I'm still there. Can't
Where's your head?
He's headless. Oh no.
You've been hereditaried.
It's been the film with 2.5 brains.
It's the film with 3 brains.
You're goddamn right. Forrest Gump won Best Picture over.